Hey guys, what is up? I'm back with another live tonight. For those of you who are watching this later or is just joining, I've been doing a lot of lives lately because I'm behind the scenes. I'm editing for Vlogtober, so don't worry, a lot of good content's coming. But yeah, we're going to react to Trisha Paytas' video. It came out a few moments ago, and I was watching this Steven Seagal movie with my mom upstairs. And when I was done, I looked at my phone and I was like, oh wow, Trisha Paytas posted a video. I'm like, okay. So yeah, now we're going to react to it. So let me pull it up. Let me see. Let's see. Hey Shay, Chrissy. Hello from Baltimore, from Taylor. Hey Taylor. Okay. So we're gonna be reacting to Trisha Paytas. Okay, so Trisha Paytas, this is a 20 minutes and 38-second video. So yeah, so guys, when I react to videos, obviously like this video is going to be longer than the actual video itself because, you know, I'm having a conversation with all of you guys. We're chatting about this. And yeah, so with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Hey guys, I can't really go online right now and look at comments or, I turn off comments on TikTok. I'll probably turn off comments on this video. Um,
Okay.
I deleted it, and it's almost like I can't escape it because, I get emails, the freaking insider emailed me and was like, you want to comment on why you deleted 1,300 videos? And everyone's like, she deleted 1,300 videos. Like, what are they trying to hide? Like,
You know what's annoying? I understand off the bat. I'm like, you know what's annoying? But off the bat for me, Trisha just, to me at this point, any single thing Trisha does is performative because off the bat, you knew you were going to sit in your car, talk to the camera lens. So stop acting like, I don't know where to begin. Like, if you didn't know where to begin, then you would stop the record button, think about where to begin, and then you press the record button. With Trisha Paytas, I realized I really need to be realistic of if I was talking to you guys. You know, I do like a bunch of preparation for this live? Absolutely not. But I had an idea of what I was going to start the live off with and how we're going to start. And so this whole thing right here, it's performative to me, but I would like to see the moral and goal of all this because Trisha, and by the way, there's ads in this. So, I mean, they are coherent enough to make sure they press that monetization button. Let me read some comments before I start pressing play again. Chrissy Alyssa says, I just recently saw that Trisha made a supposed parody of John Bennett's murder, and I didn't know that existed. Jordan Green, hey, I think your video is skipping, but if it's just me, ignore this. Shay, here for it. Taylor, yeah, so excited for your transformative commentary. Brittany M, I feel you with that emoji. Rohit, hey fam. Okay, cool. 5%. All right, let's get into the video.
and I briefly saw it and I had to skim past because I felt physically sick about it. Courtney Stodden, who I've interviewed and met and talked to as a person before, or just shared time with before, posted something, and it's an old clip. I deleted 13. The insider told me 1,300 videos or something like that. from my main channel and a lot from this channel. And Courtney Stodden, I saw, posted a video, one of those videos from literally probably 12 years ago. I was doing a parody of them. I was freaking like 20, 23. Just stupid. And I couldn't even read the caption because I just felt physically sick. I read like a little and just saw that it was not good. Something of...
I don't know what she's talking about. I mean, I know what they're talking about, but I'm glad to see that that video that I was bitching about a few weeks ago, or maybe this was a month ago, but Trisha Paytas had a video still up, and it was, I changed my ethnicity, to where they were explaining why they felt like they were African American. And by the way, I'm so glad this video is off of their channel. But I remember Trisha stating that, oh my gosh, the discoloration on my skin, that's why I think I'm African American. The figure and the dark eyelids, shiny, oily eyelids makes me. So that video is gone. That's good to know.
I saw, again, I was with someone else and they just said, they just posted this, and
what the heck? It's called editing. Oh my gosh.
but it was just, sorry, I had to move.
Do you see what I mean? This is all performative because Trisha can edit all this out. Clearly, they did some type of editing because I've already counted, 2 jump cuts. So they've done editing, and they thought this through and chose to keep all of this thinking and eyes wandering into the bliss or whatever. They chose to keep all of this in here, which is why I'm like performative.
I was such a different person back then. I deleted all those videos. First of all, I feel awful. I feel awful about all those videos. When I was deleting them, I felt sick to my stomach that I had them up there this long. Like I was, and people downloaded them and reposting old videos, and oh, Trisha did this and they did that, and they're all awful. There's a lot of disgusting things, but the one thing I was adamant about when talking about other people, which I've learned like the biggest lesson through all this.
Oh, you know what I just figured out? You know what I was just thinking? I wonder, because Trisha tried to take down Mysterious T video, I wonder if the strategy was, well, if Trisha deletes their videos, then Trisha can argue privacy, things of that nature. So maybe people already think about that. I'm just slow, but I wonder if that's the case. Trisha was like, someone told her, Trisha's attorney said, hey, if you delete all these videos, then you can get Mysterious for this. Maybe. I don't know. That's a thought. Let's see the comments. Jennifer says, if Trisha is African American, I'm Elvis Presley. Shay never sees the error of their ways, but instantly recognizes the faults in others. Right? Brittany M, why is she in the car? Does she not have a mansion? Because it's performative, we were supposed to get this idea of Trisha just thinking about life in the car, and the camera just happens to be there, and they're sharing with us what's on their mind and staring into the sun through the window. We're supposed to get the scene, the scene's in the car, and all act 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, whatever, is all gonna be in the car. So that's why, pretty much.
Mind my own business. I know nothing about other people's lives. I don't know what they're going through. Like, mind my own business, you know what I mean? And I'm thankful for that lesson, because, like, hi. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But one thing I've been adamant about, at least the past years, like, I never liked bringing up stuff way back in people's past, right? Like, if you're doing videos from 9 years ago, like, everyone that's on the internet still 9 years ago was saying awful things online. Like, they said, people just said whatever they wanted online, no consequences, no repercussions, thinking they're edgy or funny. I was doing a parody. I wasn't trying to be hateful, even though I was like a hateful person back then. And I feel like I have.
Okay, so back then and now, let's not try to separate. All of these people were you. And I feel like where Trisha's going with this is, I'm new and I've changed, but I've been complaining about those offensive videos for a hot minute. Even when Trisha was on Frenemies, and not just me, I'm a small channel out here in these streets, but there's other YouTubers too who've complained about this. And the only time, it's really strange to me that the only time Trisha decides that they want to pay attention now to all their problematic behavior is when they get called out because of a inconsistency in their story. Now, I'd like to note, I'm not saying Trisha has or has not been SA'd. I'm not saying that because I'm never, I'm not in the room when, whatever happened to Trisha. I'm not, I can't speak on that. But what I can speak on is the inconsistency in Trisha's story. So I love how now they've decided, oh my goodness, what I said was offensive, when all these years you didn't care. You didn't give two fucks. Let's read some comments before I press play. Wayward. Which? I'm so glad there are new smaller creators who haven't fallen into the bubble of kissing the arses of big YouTubers. Thanks for being honest. Thanks. Gia Page. Okay, I do feel bad for her to an extent. I can't imagine being someone like this and being incapable of seeing the correlation between my actions and the Trisha is very capable. Thing is that Trisha, this is my opinion. In my opinion, I think Trisha, they put views, money, anything they could do, clout, ahead first. Trisha has been, this is their career. This is what they've always known, and always, Trisha, when they got on the camera, they did all of these just horrific things. Guys, I even made a video called Trisha Paytas should be, everything wrong about Trisha Paytas and why she should not be canceled. In there, I still state all of the stuff that's problematic with Trisha. So I highly suggest you watch that. It is an hour-long video, but it's deeply edited and it's entertaining, I promise. But let's read one more comment before I get back to this. Yana Karp says, the fact that they have been posted, they can still be used against her even if she deletes it. No, totally, but I think definitely, but I wonder if that was some strategic way to at least get this platform to delete or take down Mysterious video. I wonder if there was just some plan, premeditation there. So Brittany M. I mean, she did see all of Shane's videos coming forward. That was your time, Trish. Right? Instead, Trisha decided to defend Shane until all of a sudden Shane was useless to her or to them. And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I never realized what Shane Dawson did. But okay, anyways, let's watch.
A lot of hate in me for a long time. And, I'm working on, truly letting that go, because, it really does make you an ugly person. And I've been on the receiving end on it, and I've done it, I've also spewed out hate towards people, and it's, it really sucks. It really does. It really sucks, and I feel awful. There's no amount of guilt and, sickness I get when those videos get brought up. People saved them and download them, and now I'm well, they did this then, and they did this then, and there's...
Okay, but really? Because people were calling you out for these videos prior to this scandal that you're in. People were legitimately calling you out all the damn time, and you gave zero fucks. If you truly felt all this time about people calling me out for this, calling me out for that, then you would have deleted this shit years ago. So please stop it. You heard Mysterious videos. a lot of people were watching Mysterious T's videos and you're like, fuck, I need to put a stop to this and then delete all my videos. But you only put a stop to it because it was bringing so much attention towards you, negative attention. And it's like, well, honestly, Trisha likes any type of attention, but this time it was a little bit more deeper than that. So I'm just not buying what they're selling. The only reason why Trisha Paytas deleted those videos is because Trisha Paytas still wants to be relevant and have a career. That's the reason. Let's read some comments before I press play again. Rachel Van Note. It really sucks. Yeah, you think? Esther's Anatomy. She's reaping what she sowed. Yup. Lex Z. I hate how she pretended to disassociate the whole time. And she just left therapy, so that's why she was acting all profound while saying zilch. True. Still, I think it's all... Oh, Jade said, and it's because she's truly not sorry. Esther's Anatomy says, Trisha has built a career on being offensive. She has never genuinely apologized for the communities she's hurt in the past. I know, right? Like, okay. I'm going to bring Gabby Hanna's name up for just a second, okay? Just a second. Bear with me. I think it was, chapter 4 or some shit. There was one video to where Gabby Hanna did take accountability when it came, offending African American people. And I did state at the time, and I still believe this, because I covered all of her series, that I genuinely felt like Gabby Hanna meant what she said, and that was a really good video. Now, I'm not talking about all the other series. Guys, I'm just talking about that accountability video. And at least I can say Gabby Hanna did that now. Please don't come for me with all the other shit. I'm just talking about this. And so Trisha loves to dance around the situations, be vague about it. And that's what I don't like. And Trisha will call that, yes, I took responsibility, accountability, but no, you didn't. You didn't. Because when you're being vague and trying to dance your way around the topic by staring through the window and just like, and not editing that shit. No, you're not taking accountability. You're just, this is another show for us to see you being distressed and to see you really thinking about your actions. When in reality, if you really gave a damn, you would have deleted this shit a long time ago.
Again, I thought I was being funny or edgy, and I feel bad, and I just, and even in deleting those videos, it's not enough for people. You have to address it.
No, it's not enough for people. Oh my goodness, I'm trying not to talk this much, but it's not enough for people because you took so fucking long to do it. You took so long to do it until you've made this huge public, outcry or with all this drama because people have found so much inconsistencies in your stories. So no, it's not going to be fucking enough because you had this shit up for years, okay? So don't sit here and act as if nothing I do is good. You have, even when this, I think it was still a month ago, Trisha had so many offensive videos but still getting fucking paid for that shit. And no one really cared, not a lot of people enough for her for them to delete it. So it's like, don't play the card of nothing I do is ever good enough. Just don't.
Things, and I'll continue to, a lot of my old videos are just they're just not a reflection of who I was even then. I remember doing videos then to just get any sort of attention. Any attention was good attention. I just needed...
You still do it now.
Money, and I just would say and do literally whatever. I've said so many things that I don't even agree with, that I would just, and I know I'm paying the price for it now, and I totally accept it. There's no cop-out, but I really do feel like I need to address this, and I know addressing this still won't be enough for some people, and that's why at the end of the day, that's why some people just don't address it, because it'll never be enough for some people. But for the people who still care and still watch me and have been here through so much with me, I feel like I owe it to those people, that. I experience guilt on a daily basis. There's not a day goes by where I don't feel guilty about something, where I don't feel ashamed of something.
FYI, guys, they also turned off the comments. And that was another thing. The hypocrisy is still through the roof here. there were plenty of times where, Trisha made fun of David. I'm not by the way, I have a long deep dive video on David Dobrik too, but when Trisha was on Frenemies and not defended, but was talking about David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad, Trisha would make fun of how he turned off his comments. Granted, the video was Let's Talk and David turned off the comments, but my whole point is that Trisha would talk badly about individuals who would turn off their comments, and yet here we are here. And I think that's why I'm doing a live, because I typically do videos about this, but she turned off the comments. They turned it off. So it's just, the hypocrisy is through the roof. Trisha's stating, oh my goodness, like, I'm never going to talk about people again. It doesn't change the fact that they are a hypocrite. Let me read some comments before I press the play button again. Wayward Witch. Trisha needs to address some of her music too. I know there was, with one of my lives, there was a video. Trisha hired actors the video was about all of them blanking, censoring myself, their teacher. This is what I mean. When Trisha apologizes, you see how vague they are. There's just a lot of things that I'm not happy with, and there's just a lot. And like, Trisha, what was it? For some reason, someone said this in the chat earlier, Trisha is very detailed to the point when she's coming for someone, and Trisha understands the assignment, okay, when she's coming for someone. But for some reason, when they are addressing their own shit, the homework's lost, okay? They didn't turn it in. So it's frustrating to me to sit here and just... let me read one more comment, then press play. All that just says, you should always just leave the comments on and just don't look at them, right? Christy Higdon says, she's saying that there are lies on the internet about her. No, girl, there's several videos show you contradicting yourself. It is. I watched this video the other day of Trisha stating that, I think it was a TikTok of Trisha stating that they never had a nanny growing up, and then and then the next clip was Trisha talking about, I had a nanny growing up, or I had a caregiver growing up. It was funny. Like, you could just find so many contradictions. So yeah, but let me press play.
And like, you can't delete the internet, right? Once something's out there, you can't delete it.
Yep.
And that sucks. But like, I feel like deleting videos, like instead of being like, well, at least it's a step in the right direction of like, stop spreading more hate, or taking out something that once represented, that once was me and is no longer me. Like, I thought that was like a step in the right direction, but instead it's just met with she's hiding something, and it's like, that's just not who I am.
No, Trisha's not stupid, and Trisha loves to always change the narrative here, but let's be very clear here. What people want is for Trisha to literally sit through these videos and be like, I should have never done this. And you know what? People will probably make fun. People are always going to say something, okay? But at least people will be like, okay, because Trisha offended so many communities, it's not even funny. So yeah, Trisha, if they were gonna do all that, they could have done a live, something, right? And be like, and you know what? If they wanted to turn the comments off, fine. But if they delivered, Trisha is not delivering here. Trisha's trying to change the narrative, make us feel bad. Like, guys, I'm doing the best I can. I understand that me deleting videos doesn't change anything, but let me look through this window again. Like, it's just, this isn't taking accountability, but Trisha will call this. I addressed everything. No, you didn't. You weren't very specific on anything, because if you were specific, one, I think they would be mortified and be disgusted in themselves, that they would have to speak out loud, oh my gosh, I did this, I did that. And they're not willing to face themselves. They're not willing to speak out about it to the public, because Trisha doesn't like, all of a sudden now she doesn't like this perception. So let me read some other comments. Christy Hagen, she didn't delete videos because she was ashamed. She deleted it because she wants to hide more of her stories. Not adding up. Facts, right? Hey, Walk With Me, New York City. Is this a new mic? Love this setup. Thank you, guys. If you like the city, Walk With Me. She does tours like all around the city, New York City, so definitely check her out. David Bombay says Trisha is dangerous. How can she lie on demand? Brittany M says, like, whip out the notepad and make a list of all the people you hurt and issue out the apologies. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if this was a 2-hour video, probably no one will sit through. At least you have it out there. You know what I mean? At least people could be like, oh my gosh, so they really were sorry for this. They really did look into this. At least that's something instead of just being completely vague, because that only helps Trisha, no one else.
It's not what I agree with. It's not who I am. It's embarrassing, and I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed. It feels weird to not post.
You're posting.
I used to. I mean, obviously, I'm still posting. But it feels like every day, it feels like the sick feeling in my stomach, and it just is like,
this is the part where she can edit, you know? Like, they can edit. Come on. Edit. This is performative.
I am so sorry for past videos that I've let people down. Like, I've been a shit person in the past, like, real shit person. And there's nothing I can do to change my past, and I really don't know where to go with this, actually. I guess just to answer the question, I deleted those videos. I guess you could say I was hiding, like I'm hiding that person that I was, this ignorant, dumb bitch from, a lot of people ask or want to know, like, why I have animosity towards my hometown and where I grew up. I feel I was so sheltered, and I don't know, I mean, maybe it's no one's fault, right? It's a small town, and everyone's kind of the same vibes and stuff, and they don't educate you on diversity, and it was a different time and all stuff like that, and, like, I was really ignorant, I was really dumb, and, like, really insecure and really, really hateful.
I want to know who is Trisha apologizing to just, like, I bet, I know this is probably the best we're going to get for an apology from Trisha. And I guess since I have been shitting on Trisha a lot, I guess one positive thing I can say is that, they did admit that they were really dumb and ignorant. And I 100% agree. Let's read some comments. Walk With Me, New York City says, I'm just wondering what change happened in her. It's like one day she woke up and had this huge revelation. That's what I definitely agree with you, because the only thing that changed was that a bunch of videos went viral on Trisha from Mysterious Tea. And it was proof, it was receipts that Trisha lied about many things. It was proven that there was a lot of inconsistencies in Trisha's stories. And so now we're here because Trisha does not know what to do, because Trisha's in the hot seat. I mean, she's in the hot seat. There's nothing that they can do except apologize, because Trisha was on this, oh my gosh, this pedestal with Ethan Klein. And now Trisha's just like, I take everything back. I'm so sorry for talking about anyone, because I know I have my own shit. So now we're just expected to sit here and take Trisha for their word while they're just like staring out the window into the sun and thinking about the next thing they're going to tell us. Well, let me read one more comment. Udoka, hey, I saw your comments earlier. The changes that her idol Courtney posted on Instagram where Trisha made fun of her and posted about how it hurt her. Oh. Oh. That's what Trisha was talking about in the very beginning. That's what Trisha gets. That's exactly what her ass gets. That's what Trisha gets. Her hypocritical ass. That's what she gets. Kayvon Ferguson says, okay, but what about the videos from like last year? Why is she talking about her old town? You have been on YouTube and in LA for like 10 years now. That's what I'm trying to say. Trisha, any narrative that's going to make Trisha seem somewhat better, that's what they're going to choose. So yeah, if they want to talk about their old town because they think that's going to make the story, this video, sound somewhat better, that's what Trisha's going to unfortunately do. Shay K. All that just says the seat is burning. Shay K 311 says this is just a generic apology. Can apply to anyone they've hurt. No feelings behind this. That's what I'm saying. Yes, yes. And so people will love to argue, Trisha apologized. People just like to come for Trisha. No, like, there's a difference between, for an apology, you need to acknowledge, not be vague, but you need to, and Trisha seems very coherent right now, they need to acknowledge what you did wrong, and Trisha has done apparently 1,300 things wrong, right? So Trisha needs to apologize for those things. You know, it's not enough to just... because I know I've apologized for things and I've been very specific on the exact thing I did and my apology. And Trisha is trying to dance around, around this whole entire situation, use these vague words, and then to sign it off, mark it off as an apology video without calling it an apology video.
And I'm so sorry if any of those past videos people are putting up are hurting anybody. Like, I wish I could take it back. I did my best to delete them. And I'm addressing it now. And there's just so many. And it's just like I deleted them for a reason. I wanted them wiped from my image because that's not what I think or feel. And it's definitely not what I stand for anymore. And if I'm being honest, it's not at the time. Again, I did that as satire, as parody. There was, like an SNL skit making fun of somebody, and I'm not Saturday Night Live.
Edit.
The past few weeks has just been like one thing after the other, just finding
What? I'm sorry. Trisha jumped, edited it, but wanted us to see them just thinking for moments, for a minute. Like, you see what I mean? This is why this video is so performative. Trisha wanted to see us just sitting there thinking, and then they decide to make another jump cut. I mean, let me read some comments. Anna, whatever your name is, I don't like you. So, how do I do this? Oh, remove. Cool. Cool. You out, Anna. Okay. So Brittany M says, how far in, and I feel like I've already been gaslit twice. David says, I pray people stop watching her content. She didn't magically change. Nope. Did not magically change. Not at all. I wonder the people who support Trisha, I guess I just deleted one. I probably shouldn't delete another one, but the people who support Trisha, I should have asked her before I hit her from the channel. Why do you support? I want to know what goes. I don't trust people who support Trisha Paytas. I don't trust, because how can you support everything that they've done? I don't, there's something to say about someone. If you guys ever go out on a date or whatever, and someone says, I don't know why Trisha Paytas would come out on a date, but it's a red flag when someone says they support Trisha Paytas. That's like one of the things. FYI. But let me just press play.
Way to drag me down, and some things just are so wrong and so full of lies and just like unwarranted, just like hate. But this is warranted. This is warranted, right? This is something that this actually affects me, right? Because it's something in my past. It's videos I made, and there's some like there is no escaping that. It's out there. It's just like I don't care. Like, honestly, it's like when people say stuff that's just like not true, or they try and rewrite my history and say this didn't happen, you have to apologize for this or this, when it's like stuff that actually happened to me. I don't care, whatever. If people are gonna
Trisha, no one, at least I'm not saying something to SA didn't happen to Trisha, but Trisha, here you are dancing around the topic. Ethan never said that nothing happened to you. Ethan stated that I emphasize that I don't believe Trisha would lie about something like this. That's exactly what Ethan said. So do not get it twisted. What everyone is wanting you to do is address the inconsistency. So don't sit here and act like people are trying to tell you, or at least I'm trying to. Ethan didn't even say that you weren't SA'd. All Ethan said was address the fucking inconsistency. That is it. So don't sit here and try to play the victim of like, no one believes that these stories happened to me. No, we heard you, and then we heard something else from you, and they weren't the same story.
I know my truth on that, right? But like this kind of stuff, which is just hard facts, just I made poor comedy choices, I made poor ethical choices. It just sucks. And I think the pit in my stomach really came from Courtney, who I really love them. Like I really do. They were kind enough to come on my podcast, and you know, like,
okay, so this video is Trisha feeling bad because they like Courtney Stodden, and they got called out in a video, basically, right? And now Trisha looks like an idiot. So that's what this video is about. That's exactly what this video is about. Oh my goodness, like I really like Courtney Stodden, but they saw this video that I did. And what do you think, like if you talk to Courtney, wouldn't you think, oh damn, I have a video about Courtney, maybe I should delete that, you know? Like I wonder what goes on in her head. Let me read some comments. Walk with me, NYC. Laugh my ass off. This is going to be a first date question for me. MCNEE McNee 1C. I'm sorry. I can't. Sorry. She is so terrible. Yes, she is. All that jazz. I did believe in Trisha when they had their redemption arc, but now I just feel foolish. I knew there was problematic videos about Trisha, and I have addressed it in my Everything Wrong with Trisha Paytas video. It's an hour-long video. Definitely watch it if you haven't. It's deeply edited. It's really good in my opinion, but I'm biased. But my whole point is that even when I was watching Trisha Paytas, I was still highly aware of all the problematic videos that they've made in the past. And so even when talking about Trisha Paytas, I always tried to call them out on those videos. Kaya says, are there ads on this video of Trisha's? Yup. Let's see. Tanvi says, this is what a toddler does when they get caught. Yup. This is exactly what a toddler does. Jade says, there should never be an if in your apology, ever. It's invalid if it's conditional. GK says, Ethan definitely has some responsibility for publishing an accusation to millions of people without fact checking it. You know, D'Angelo Wallace made a video of like, what? Ethan's doing a podcast with Trisha Paytas. And I think everyone was shocked when Ethan decided to do that. I think Ethan let a lot of things slide by because what they had was a good podcast going on. You know, I watched it. It was my favorite podcast. I'm not going to lie. It just was, okay? And they had a really good thing going. So I think Ethan he ignored some things for sure, in my opinion. Walk with me, NYC. Girl, I'm going to sleep. Laugh my ass off. Thanks for my bedtime story. Have a good night. Plum Plum says, they, them, please, regardless if you dislike or don't believe them. Well, Plum Plum, just to be clear, Trisha also has stated that they go by they, them, and Trisha has stated that they also go by she and her. So, both are right. Katie Bay says, I feel like we can all remember the past problematic videos, but we forget how bad they really were until they're brought up again. Ethan isn't responsible for Trisha's BS. Is Ethan responsible? No, but is Ethan involved? And Ethan looked the other way in certain situations, in my opinion. Jennifer says, at the end, Ethan was just trying not to step on the landmine that is Trisha. Kaya says, I think he also decided to just trust. No, he, in my opinion, well, let me finish this. Trust Trisha too. I think Ethan genuinely drank the looks. I don't know. I don't think Ethan trusts Trisha. I think Ethan was like, you know, we have a really good thing going with this podcast. This podcast gets way much more views than my original. Mind you, Ethan gets a lot of views, period. Definitely a lot of views. But I'm saying this podcast was so damn popular that I really truly believe were many moments to where Ethan looked the other way. Ethan even stated that he always felt like he was stepping on eggshells all the time and couldn't really say how he really felt about things. All right, let's press play.
That sucks because I just know like from that place, like I would never like have them on my podcast if I like hated that person, and I just, again, I couldn't even read it. It just made me sick to my stomach, and I just keep seeing like these old clips. Resurface of just skits I've done and stuff that just missed the mark. And like I'm just so sorry. I'm just so sorry, and so like just so embarrassed. I'm just so embarrassed about those. Like I said, if there's something that I messed up on, it's this, and I own it. Like,
own what? Own what?
I can take people hating on me of something that just doesn't exist in the real world. That just some people may, if you just hate on me for something that's not even real. Okay, fine, but this is something that like I did. Like this is the cancellation part that I do take to heart, because it is something that I screwed up.
See, why don't you edit this? This is what I'm talking about. Like, what is this video? It's 20 minutes and 38 seconds. This video could be 5. This video, the way how Trisha's not really, they're being vague on the accountability, and this could really be chimed down to 5 minutes because Trisha is not being descriptive about anything or detailed. All Trisha was detailed about was Courtney Stoughton and upsetting Courtney. So that seems to be it. Let's read some comments. The way Trisha was so disrespectful to their marriage. Are you talking about Ethan and Gila? Yeah, Trisha is super disrespectful. And I think Trisha was also jealous, in my opinion. GK says, I just think if you are going to make money and affiliate yourself with someone professionally, you should be monitoring what they're saying on the podcast you produce, publish, that's all. GK, here's what I think. I think Ethan knew. And mind you, we all knew Dan and like other people didn't even want Trisha on the podcast on H3. We all know this. And so obviously there was a conversation. Ethan knew because there was a conversation about Trisha, how they didn't want Trisha on the podcast or to do frenemies because Trisha was so problematic. So Ethan was highly aware. I don't think Ethan is dumb for a second. I think Ethan chose purposely to look the other way. And I think Ethan's one of those people too that, oh, if this comes back to, Ethan always has a plan. I'm going to choose to look the other way, but if hell goes to shit, you know, I have another plan of how I'm going to save myself and what I'm going to be doing next. I just don't think, no, is Ethan responsible for Trisha's lies or inconsistencies in their stories? No, but I think there are plenty of moments to where Ethan did look the other way. My opinion. I'll read one more comment and then I'll press play. Lex Z. I bet her therapist lets her make these long, dead-haired pauses, smiles, and nods, validating her. This way of divulging for her is so random on video. Totally agree with you on the need for editing. Yeah, like, this, but here's the thing though. Trisha did edit this, so Trisha wanted us to know this because there's so many jump cuts. There's not so many jump cuts, but there's enough to where you're like, oh, well, shit. Trisha did edit this and decided that they were going to keep all of these long pauses and shit and staring into the windows in the video. Or into the window.
But I didn't know what else to do. I deleted the videos. You know, I deleted, someone said it was like 1 billion views worth of views. It's like, it's just not me, and it's nothing I stand by or stand for. And it makes me so physically sick. Like, truly.
Edit.
And again, I'm apologizing to people who do care, for people who are going to hate. It's not going to be enough, and I
see, how manipulative is that? I apologize to people. I apologize to people who do care, but for people who hate, it's not going to be enough. Not manipulative at all. So I apologize to people who love me, my fans, who are always going to support me, but for the people who hate on me, it's never enough. Listen, I spent forever making an hour-long video of everything wrong with Trisha Paytas, but why she should not be canceled. I knew these problematic videos and I voiced them numerous times. And I think that people like me, this is an honest conversation. And people like me, I'm more of just calling you out on your bullshit. And at the same time, I can somewhat understand where Trisha's coming from as far as, look, nothing's ever going to be enough, but that's just the internet world. And Trisha knows this. Once again, someone had stated this in the video earlier that, or in this live earlier that, for some reason, Trisha, they're able to understand the assignment when they're coming for someone else. But for some reason, when Trisha's in the hot seat, Trisha, doesn't turn in the homework, doesn't even attempt to do the assignment. So because Trisha has been brilliant at coming for other people with receipts and is able to explain themselves, I believe Trisha is highly aware of what they're doing. Trisha is highly aware of every wrong thing they've done, and Trisha knows that when you're apologizing for something, what did you do? What did you do wrong? Why are you not specific enough? Trisha knows being vague, people are going to hate because you're making, someone else said this in the comments, a generic apology.
Courtney Stott, and I'm so sorry. Again, my intention was...
Well, I will say, it seems to be Trisha only cares about Courtney Stott in this video. So, Courtney, you get an apology. Only you, Courtney.
To be parody, and that was 12 years ago, whatever. And, they've gotten so much hate, very unwarranted, This is what I'm saying. There's like enough shit to like actually hate me for. There is enough shit in my past that to make up stuff is like, what's the point? Like, you know, to rewrite history to make me out to, you know, all this stuff. Like, you know, there's enough shit to actually hate me for, and this is a thing to hate me for, right? Like people making up stuff or saying like,
what argument? There's enough stuff for people to hate me for, and this is what they hate me for? Really? That's the argument. My grandma would say la to me. Comments, let's read comments. Like, I'm annoyed because I keep repeating myself, but I'm frustrated because you know good and well that Trisha, you don't think, Trisha, that, you know, doxing a teacher. Now, I'm going to repeat this. I'm not saying Trisha has been essayed or not, because it's not my place to speak on if Trisha has been essayed or not. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I was there to watch Trisha tell one story of this essay and then tell a different story of this essay, which Trisha voluntarily told us, told the public, told everyone. So, and by the way, monetized off of this shit. So why are we not allowed then to have an opinion? You monetized off of us watching you tell your essay story the first time, and then the second time it was inconsistent. So Trisha acts like we're just making shit up here. Till this day, Trisha has not addressed the inconsistency in their video because they cannot, because then they would come off as being a liar. And I like to state, I am not speaking on if Trisha has been essayed or not. I'm stating on the inconsistency in their story.
oh my god, apologize to this person. You know, people are telling me to apologize to people who've harassed me. People are telling me to apologize to people who've abused me. People are telling me to apologize to people who have like literally ruined my life. Oh, apologize to this person. Not knowing the full story of so many situations. And that is like so fucking hard to deal with.
Okay, well then tell us the real story then. You sat and made money monetizing off of telling us these essay stories. So then tell us the real story. The thing is, no one asked Trisha to tell us this. You know, no one was like begging Trisha to tell us this. Trisha took it upon herself to tell us these stories. And now when they're being questioned about it, it's like, guys, you don't even understand. There's so much more. Then tell us. You're sitting here in your car thinking, looking into the window. Tell us then. Okay, Macbeth and her demon. I'm scared of your username. Trisha will never tell the truth. Notice how she never looks on the camera. Rachel Van Note says, I don't know. She seems more aware than she ever has before. Trisha sounds like she's making a PR apology, being vague so she doesn't incriminate herself. That's what I'm saying. Performative. GK, I will say trauma can be difficult to recall accurately at all. Well, then that's what Trisha needs to say. Like, Trisha's not saying anything to answer the inconsistency. You know, Trisha's not be like, you know what? Even this, GK, if Trisha came out and said this would have been like an answer. You know, I was inconsistent with what I said. You know, it was difficult to remember. Like, but Trisha's not even saying that. They're not even saying that. She has had every chance to tell us the situation, but she likes to not do that for some reason. Yup, for some reason. Oh, goodness. Guys, we're almost done with this video. Well, we're 14 and 16 minutes in, and it's a 20-minute video. So we're more than halfway there.
You know, again, I've been shit to a lot of people.
Yep.
Get it, and that alone I have to deal with. But now having to deal with like people saying apologize to this or this person, or you need to talk to this person, like people who've harassed me, lied on me, abused me, like all this stuff like that. It's just like there's really no winning because people can make up whatever they want about you.
Stop being okay. I'm gonna say this and I'll press play again. People can make up anything or anything about you. Okay, so what did they make up? What did they not make up? The vagueness in this video. This is pretty much another addressing nothing video.
People can make up anything they want about me. Anything people say now in a title is true. And that'll follow me around forever, and it's so fucking scary.
Edit. Edit. Performative. Edit. Oh my goodness. See, all performative.
There's nothing I can do about my past. Like, there's nothing. And, you know, you have every right, everyone has every right to think of me as shit for the rest of my life because of the shit things I do. Like, but for anybody who can, like, forgive me of that, like, past, which I know there's a lot, because, look, my videos have come out to bite me in the ass before. And I've done thousands, I don't know how many, 5,000 videos.
I have a question. Why did you not take the videos down prior to this? Why now? Okay, that's the question, Trisha, you need to answer. Why did you avoid? Because there are so many YouTubers out here in these streets, huge channels, who have talked about your problematic videos, and you've just ignored it. And people have stated that you have just these awful videos. And it's like, why now? Oh my gosh, I know I've been this horrible person. You still have the videos up when you did frenemies. Like, it's just so, now you're realizing all those videos were bad. No, you been knew they were bad, because Trisha was still speaking. Even when Trisha was on frenemies, she would speak on topics to where, no, this is what they did wrong, while she still had all these, or they still had all these horrible problematic videos up. So there's just, I'm not buying what they're selling. And it's not even me trying to be a hater. It really isn't. Like, if Trisha just sat here and was like, hey, you know what? I fucked up and here's how I did it. I understand no one has to forgive me, but for this is what I did that's wrong. And mind you, the problem is Trisha has fucked up so much that this would be a long ass fucking apology video. But so what? You give those people the apologies that they fucking deserve. Let me read some comments before I press play again. Ruthie says trashy Trisha. McNee says everyone needs to stop making excuses for her. She needs to be permanently canceled. No one should be watching her. David Bombay, how happy is Shane, Ryland, James Charles, Jeffree Star this week? Happy about Trisha's cancellation. AHC, yup. From Katie. And one more comment. July J says she's making excuses for not apologizing to everything she should apologize for. She's not even trying her hardest to earn forgiveness. Nope. Trisha's just like, you know, this is a check mark in Trisha's book. This apology is done. Now I can start making cringy videos with Moses again.
Thousands and thousands of videos, and there will always be, and they'll always be out there, and just, I don't even want the views. I don't even want any of that on my channel.
Oh my goodness. Edit your damn video. And you've edited this video.
Like I said, this has definitely been like the roughest people have been on me. And like I said, I think some warranted and some totally unwarranted, and that also takes a toll, because I'm like, wow, you can literally be canceled for something that's true, but people are saying it's not true, just to paint you in every way to say something's not true, something horrific that happened, or horrific things that have happened in my life, to say it's not true, and then you get canceled for that. Like, I try my best to put on a happy face every morning, and I try my best to do affirmations and let go of things I can't control.
So then, is the TikToks, are they all performative too? Because even in her TikToks, they act like, I'm unbothered, all glammed up, super unbothered. And I'm sure in those TikToks, whenever they were glammed up, I'm sure they also filmed a bunch of videos that day. So whatever Trisha's telling you today, please, she's already watch out for her. The last TikTok that Trisha did, watch out for that same outfit and Trisha doing so many other videos that day. And then today, Trisha planned on, okay, so this is going to be the video. And while this goes up, I'm going to be editing all those other videos. Like I'm telling you, Trisha's playing the game. Trisha deleted those videos. Also, now I'm thinking Trisha really deleted those videos because Trisha has stated the hugest, scandal that they've had in a long time. And so I think Trisha thinks, oh my gosh, this is what I'm going to have to do to end this cancellation right here. I'm going to have to do this. So at least illustrates that I've changed in some way. I've deleted the problematic videos. All of this is performative to a T. Let me read some comments before I press the play button again. David Bombay. So who's Moses? Her personal assistant, her driver? What's his role? Oh, joking. Moses is supposed to be her future husband. Mary Ross says, who cares what has taken a toll and what hasn't? Her self-centered EDs is beyond anything I've ever seen. Boo Girl Paranormal says, yeah, she is ahead of the game. David Bombay, he's a slave. No, Moses is, I don't know what Moses is too with all the crap that came out about him. I don't know. I really don't know what to think of Moses at this point. I don't know.
But as far as hurting people, like, intentionally or unintentionally, like, it sucks. It sucks that I hurt so many people with so many of my videos. It just fucking sucks. Even this past year doing the podcast, I feel like my personal, I started attacking people, and it just, I'm the last person that needs to be doing that. Like, another, it's good. It's a blessing in disguise. Like, of course I love doing the podcast and being loved and all that stuff, and it was fun and whatever, but it was a blessing in disguise because, like, I'm the last person that needs to be pointing fingers at anybody. I am so clouded, and that's why I was so scared to talk about anyone's past or bring up past tweets or things from years ago, because my history and my stuff to be brought up is so rich and so dark.
See, but you see how Trisha's recalling her time on Frenemies where they were afraid to bring up tweets and stuff because Trisha is explaining to us that her past is so dark. So while Trisha was having those thoughts, why not then and there decide, hey, I'm going to delete these videos? So that's why this is not adding up as genuine, because what was it? Why? I want to know. Why now? Why? Because Trisha has stated that they were already in this mindset thinking of all their past mistakes. So why not have corrected it? Why didn't she decide to correct it then? Or why didn't they decide to correct it then? Sorry. But it's, like, why it just, they're a liar. I just, I can't. They lie. They will do anything for attention. Still is doing this for attention. I'm trying to follow their narrative here, their story. I'm trying to, like, okay, well, you were saying that you didn't want to bring this up on Frenemies, other people's tweets, because, you knew you had problematic past tweets. So then why not fix the shit? Make it make sense. Amanda says it's only because she's been caught. Rachel Van Out says, damn, I really missed on that one. Memo says she's still projecting. Macbeth and her demon says, must be nice to be able to reflect while inside your Rolls Royce. All that jazz says, I think Trisha mentioned on an episode of Frenemies that they deleted some videos, but I don't remember which ones. Yeah, but Trisha didn't delete all. The problem is with Trisha, like, why not delete all the videos, right? Like, because Trisha, up until recently, still had that my ethnicity has changed video. And I'm like, you talked about, like, David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad and how you had Seth on, and Seth would talk about how he felt like there was a bunch of discrimination because of his skin. And you listened to Seth talk about his uncomfortableness in the essay as well, but it was like you did nothing about all of your videos. It's not, something doesn't sit right with me. And what it is that Trisha didn't give a shit. And Trisha's now trying to portray like they gave a shit this whole time. And that's what I don't like. That's what's not sitting right with me.
I was always scared of this, and I kept those videos up for way too long.
Why? For money?
And, like, truly the only thing I can do besides apologize is just show that, like, or try my best to change. I know I will never be commentating on anyone's life ever again. YouTuber, celebrity, like, in any negative fashion. Not even in my real life, not even my personal life, like. Like I said, I'm thankful for this because, like, it's taught me, like, a really, like, again, as far as, like, being harassed for stuff in my past, harassed for stuff that happened and people just telling me it didn't. As far as my psychology, my mental state, it's like,
Edit.
you know, I just went to therapy, and it's like I obviously doubled that because being on the verge of a mental breakdown, like, every single day, it's like, again, I try my best, you know, life moves on.
I wonder if her therapist told her to do this, because they just came from therapy, and so they doubled their session. And that's another I don't want to sound like these people who are clearly nitpicking, but Trisha would be the first one to be like, see, they're using emotional manipulation. See, like, Trisha would be the first one to say something like that. See, like, why do I need to know that you just came from your therapy appointment? I think it's extremely awesome that you're getting mental health, like, you're, getting your mental health in check. Like, you're seeing someone, and honestly, for nothing, yeah, Trisha needs to see someone, because even if Trisha's wrong, all this hate also can't be good either. So yeah, I mean, Trisha brought it upon herself, but I think it's important for everyone out here in these streets to always be talking to someone, when they're feeling down, or just, because mental health is real and it's serious. And in this live, I feel like for the most part, I've been super respectful. Like, I'm just stating my opinions about Trisha. And I just think this is all manipulative, emotional. It's definitely emotional manipulation, though. Because even if you forget the whole therapy thing, just think about Trisha edited this video and chose to keep the long no talks and stares into the window and biting nails and just looking up. Chose to keep all of that in there, which illustrates to me that this is a show for us. So I'm enjoying the show. No, I'm not, actually. I'm not enjoying the show.
Oh, I'm getting so hot. I need to turn that on. I'm so sorry. And I feel so gross, and I accept it. I accept all of this, and no one has to forgive me, and everyone has the right to feel upset and hurt by me, and I hope in time.
But only the people the haters will never get it, but the people who support you, they will.
That'll change, and I hope anyone knows that, like, things I did were for money, for attention, and it really, like, it wasn't really, it was never to hurt. I never thought anybody would see my videos. And that's why I didn't.
You thought no one would see your videos, but you know, these videos were getting millions of views, so make it make sense. Like, these videos you deleted over 1 billion views. So when did you think no one was watching this again? You know, you waited until years and years you've had these videos up, deleted over 1 billion views, but didn't think anyone was watching them.
Anyone would care. And again, being on this end now, it's like, for a while, it's like, I know it now, but anyways, I'm rambling, so I'm gonna go. Really hot.
Okay. Okay. Definitely not playing this video again. Okay, so closing thoughts here. This video, to sum it up real quickly, was Trisha stating that they were an idiot. They posted things for attention, for anything, for money, for clout. And they're really sorry that they let a lot of people down. The only person who Trisha really calls out that, you know, is Courtney Stodden. And that's only because Trisha looked up to Courtney Stodden and got caught when Courtney saw a video that Trisha did of Courtney. So the only person who really truly gets an apology here is Courtney Stodden, because Trisha chose, out of all the communities that they have offended, to just call out Courtney Stodden. Trisha is vague the whole time, doesn't take a deep dive into any of the apologies, this was extremely generic as possible. The only time this apology video, if you even call it that, was not generic is when Trisha mentions Courtney Stodden, and that is it. So that was this video. It sucked, but I guess, you know, as Trisha states, the haters are always going to hate, but the people who support her will understand. Let me read some comments. David Bombay says, "You're right. It's a performance. She really thinks she's doing something. It's insane to have watched this show in real time over the past few months. It's crazy." Kayla goes, "Well, I was kind of hoping they'd end it with actually saying anything." Paris Cortez says, "We've seen this video many times." Rainbow Sauce 93 Wonder says, "At this point, Trisha is just posting these to make money while not talking about anything," right? Because Trisha, I mean, they can't post the cringy videos of them and Moses, so they're posting this, hoping, because this video is monetized. So I'm gonna make sure I monetize this live too. Monetize this video too. But Kiss My Swag says, "Never owns a single thing. 20 minutes of rambling once again." Yeah, this video was shit. It sucked. I didn't really expect much, but I didn't really expect much from this video. I thought maybe Trisha might apologize. I thought maybe it'd be nice. Oh, I apologized. At least, you know, to some communities. And yeah, so this was another addressing nothing video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching my reaction. And I love having a conversation with you guys about this because Trisha turned the comments off. So yeah, definitely, she shouldn't take in these videos. Well, let me see. I don't think Trisha's losing views. Let me see. Hold on real quick before I end this. I don't think they're losing views. No, they're not losing views. I mean, subscribers, but July J says she should have just posted an unedited video or post an edited video with a script. GK, don't end the live. Kaya goes, "I wish apologies were live." Bye, David. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This was my reaction. It was shit. If Trisha decides to post another video, I'm sure they will, because they can't stay off social media for too long. I knew a Trisha Paytas video was coming. I just knew it because I was like, Trisha does not know how to not